Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Hi, this is Dan Jurgens, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Nightwing News Pirate Edition.
Arr!
I am Phil.
It's rated R.
I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is...
Hi, I'm Kristen.
Captain K. R.
That's right. I'm Captain Kangaroo. Except that some name's already taken.
Oh, all right.
I don't even think he was a pirate captain either.
So, yes,
What kind of captain he was.
we figured it out. We're going to be talking the new issues this week. All right. So, all right. So, yes, before we get to the new issues, yes, I know we both saw on, I don't know if you saw it on Facebook. I saw it on Facebook, the different superhero wedding bands, and they do have a Nightwing one.
Yes.
And I so subtly, like right in front of Danielle, I was like, oh, look. It's like, oh, look, it's on my phone. Oh, look at that. So
Do you think she's gonna get it for you?
I don't know. Maybe Christmas. Like our anniversary's in July, so unless I gotta wait, I'm just like,
I wouldn't say you just missed it, but
Yeah.
like,
well, they have a few of them because like I sent Will the link. They have like a Green Lantern one too. I think they do have Batman and Superman.
yeah, because it said that they were expanding the line, so they already had. Well, I cracked up because they had one that's Batman, and then they had one that's the Bruce Wayne. That is, of course, the most expensive one and has diamonds in it.
Yes, but the Nightwing one was what was it? It was like $400, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like $395 or something.
Yeah. Well, it's a wedding band, kids. So.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's probably not that bad.
No.
For a ring. I mean, I have rings that are cheaper with stones, but I got them years ago. So
Yeah. I
gotta take into account inflation.
I wonder if it's like good metal too, because like like some of them, like this one's like titanium and stuff, so it's like.
And also it glows in the dark.
Yes.
It glow in the dark.
Exactly. No, regular ones I don't think glow in the dark. Yeah. I was looking for the.
They do have rings for women. How about that?
Really?
Not that. Yes, the Nightwing is $395.
Yes.
Which is kind of in the middle, or actually a little bit cheaper. Green Lantern's $495. I mean, but the Cape Crusader is on sale. It's only $259.
Oh,
and the Batman's $259, and the Clark Kent's $259.
They might have had those around for a while. So
yeah, but then a lot of the other ones are $495. Joker is $625, and the Bruce Wayne is $1,595. So yeah.
So you have women's ones. Are you going to get one? Be like, I didn't know you got married. Yes, I'm married to Justice.
I don't know. I would. It says it is made of black zirconium with blue epoxy and glow powder inlay. I don't know if that's
sounds fancy to me.
I don't know. It just sounds like metal.
Yeah, but it's probably like good metal, like
Black zirconium is hypoallergenic, chemical resistant, and has a charcoal gray color. It's lightweight and strong.
probably last forever.
Oh, the rings for women are much different.
Well, yeah, it's pretty. Yeah.
They're like gold and have gemstones and stuff in them.
Well, yes, women's wedding bands are much more fancy.
Right.
So yes, kids, if you want to make I was gonna say a lifelong purchase, but again, it might be if they're good enough, they might last forever. You might be able to pass them down to your children and stuff.
Or you could be buried in it and let some archaeologist dig it up
Oh
centuries
yeah.
from now.
Oh,
They'll be like, what is this? And then when they don't know, they'll give the answer that archaeologists always give when they don't know. It's for ritual purposes.
and if you're afraid of the dark, yeah, if you're buried, yeah.
Your very own nightlight. Just lay with your head, right?
Even if you're cremated, be like, put it in the urn with me.
There you go. That's the spirit.
Yes. And I guess they're putting out another Superpowers Nightwing figure with Kristen's favorite costume.
I mean, I need a disco wing one. Yeah, that's my least favorite costume, but I won't lie, I already pre-ordered it on Amazon. I mean, it's only $9 or $10. I mean,
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
like,
that. I thought the
I was
Superpowers
like
were
practically free.
I was gonna say, was it on sale? Because I thought the Superpowers were closer to like 20, but
No, it's $9.99.
oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know. It just says we'll email you when we have an estimated delivery date. So
I've seen like the vehicles, like some of the like Superman and Batman, and like some like the stuff they did in the 80s. I'm like, where's Nightwing's car? Come on.
yeah, they haven't done that one yet. Yeah, I have the other one that were only at Walmart.
Yeah, like the more
and that was only $9.99.
Oh, okay. All right. So should we get to these issues?
Let's do it.
All right. So I don't know. Let's start with Teen Titans, since that has I'd say the least amount of Dick Grayson in it, and it came out last week. So.
All right, hold on. I gotta bring it up. I had Nightwing up first.
Oh, sorry.
Fine. Oh no, it's so much effort, Phil. I can't believe you.
Oh wait, did I miss this or
Miss what?
the ad on the inside cover for I think it says for trading cards. I mean, are these real trading cards? They're not like digital.
No, I think it's the NFT BS.
Yeah.
Don't you get the emails from them for being a
Oh no! It says you get the HR. Was that supposed to be Hero? The HRO mobile app. Scan your physical cards and unlock their digital twins. So I guess you can have both. So I was looking at this ad. I was trying to see if I saw any Nightwing ones, but I just see some Batman ones, Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman. Oh, there's I do see the cover to Detective Comics 38 though. You know, the sensational find in 1940.
Oh, I know it well.
I know you do. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a ton of
Batman, my favorite character.
He is never gonna live that down.
I know. As I said, that'll outlive him.
He's gonna pass that down to his children.
Oh yeah, he even says his oldest child. We already got his son this. Tell him Batman's better than all his favorite characters. So yeah, kids. Yeah, World's Finest Teen Titans #4 came out last week. Not a lot. Again, not a ton of Dick Grayson in this, but we do get a sleepover with Wally, Roy, and Garth.
Yeah, so even though Dick wasn't in it, I thought this was a good.
Oh yeah, it was good.
I thought this was a good issue. As I told you before, I liked. Well, number one, I liked that Wally's parents were good parents because sometimes Wally's parents are portrayed as really not nice people, and they were very nice people, and I was glad about that.
Yeah. I mean, when bless you, when Wally first got his own book, they kind of wrote him as a jerk. They wrote the parents as jerks. A lot of very depressing.
Okay, yeah. So I like that his parents are nice.
His father's not a manhunter agent.
That's right. And I also liked that Wally's parents called. Well, I mean, although they didn't call Roy out to his face, but they were like, Garth, Roy's not very nice to you.
Yeah. And Garth is just like, no, he's just covering up his pain and stuff.
Yeah, which is true.
Because I forget, doesn't he say he's like 40 or something? Because like Atlanteans must age slower, so.
Where did he say that?
I thought I saw something where he thought he said he was like a little older than them because let me see if I can find the page here. So I think that was the joke later on when Wally's mother's like, "Oh, you're so mature for your age," and it's like, yeah, because he actually is a little older. I thought.
Oh, maybe. But I did love that one where he falls down the stairs and he's like, sorry, we don't have these where I come from. Wally's dad is like, stairs?
And then they're playing video games, so Roy has to order a big screen TV.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, Mark Waid, knows his DC history, and yeah, and again, it's like really showing that Roy's like trying to like probably even just like delude himself, where it's like, oh yeah, me and Ollie had this great relationship. Meanwhile, then Ollie takes his trip around the country with Hal Jordan and Hard Traveling Heroes, and that's when Roy gets into drugs. I love when first page Roy shows up to Wally's house. Wally's like, "You took a limo to my house?"
Right. Yeah.
But it's like, man, I'm like, my parents don't know we're superheroes.
I like how Wally messes with the darts. Like he just pulls them off. But as I told you before, I felt like they were billing something in the description of the book that didn't really happen because they said Aqualad tries to come to terms with his fluid sexuality, but the only thing I can find that's even close to that is when he says, "My people define relationships differently than landwalkers do. How we act with other life forms, with each other. That's what Donna doesn't seem to see." And I'm like, that doesn't sound. I mean, that could be about anything. I mean, to me, it really honestly sounded more like he was saying,
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, just marriages are different, and yeah, I get.
I mean, yeah, I guess that works, but it's kind
It
of
could
like
be it could be anything. Yeah, it's very
right. I mean, it kind of sounds like, oh, I don't like how you guys treat your pet dogs or something, or how you're terrible for the environment. It also seems kind of weird because I mean, Donna's mostly been raised as an Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah, you would think those two would have something in common coming from these like isolated societies. I love at the beginning when when Gar's saying he's a water breather and Wally's parents walk in, his mom's like, "What's water breathing? It's not one of those awful social media challenges, is it?"
Yeah. I mean, it does sound like it could be though. But I mean, Roy does give Gar some good advice. He says, "Don't pretend to be somebody you're not. Just be an awesome version of you," which is good.
Oh yeah. So, and I guess all Atlanteans are lactose intolerant because he's like, oh, his people really don't do dairy. Oh yeah, and I guess now we're doing a thing where Mal's like the new Guardian, which I think that's a retcon.
Oh wait, wasn't that who he was before?
I thought it was it was way later on. I thought because like the original Guardian was like in the like during World War II, and then they like I know in the '90s they kind of cloned like it was like it was like his mind like in a clone body, and he was like running around in the
Oh well,
'90s.
Maul was in the Teen Titans back in the
Yeah, but
70s.
was he wasn't Guardian though, was he? That's what I'm saying. With the yellow shield and stuff. Yeah, I mean he wasn't like.
Well, he had the horn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he did the whole horn thing. He wasn't like Guardian because that's what I'm saying. There's another like character running around as Guardian. So I think that's kind of like a retcon.
Guardian Hornblower, the Herald.
Yeah, it might be Hera. Yeah.
Oh, he is DC's first African American superhero.
Really? What was it? 1970?
Yes, he came in Teen Titans 26.
Okay. So he probably does predate like Black
Oh,
Light.
it says he discovers the strength enhancing exoskeleton and costume of the Guardian. Using these, he becomes the second Guardian.
Hmm.
Then he defeats Azrael, and he gets his horn, and then he changes his name to Hornblower. Then he goes back to Guardian.
Hmm.
But post Crisis, he never took the identity of Guardian.
Hmm. Okay, that makes
And
sense.
he takes on the identity of Herald.
That's it. That's what I'm thinking about. Okay.
So, okay, that's super complicated.
So yeah, so Mark Waid remembers that. But yeah, I mean, and so this whole issue, we only get like Dick for like one page. He's like talking to Dawn, I guess, when she comes back from that demolition derby.
Yeah, well, he's talking to Charlie. Yeah, and then Donna. Yep.
Oh yeah. Because they know Toy Boy's escaped, so they're looking for him. Donna drove in a demolition derby.
You don't even know how to drive. Says it doesn't matter now. Which, in her defense, I mean, if you don't know how to drive but you want to drive, a demolition derby is probably a great place to go.
I know she's like just sitting there holding on I guess the steering wheel. That's all that's left.
Yep.
That's just funny. Like in that panel, Dick's almost pulling like a Home Alone instead of just the hands on the cheeks. He's like,
Right, yeah.
"Oh."
You don't even know how to drive.
I do like that Robin costume, and look, even the cape has the little collar. I mean, like it's almost preparing us for Disco Wing.
I mean, it's pretty good.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
still okay with the no pants because it worked for so long. But if you're gonna have pants,
and again, maybe they're bulletproof.
I mean, that would be smart.
Kevlar. Yeah.
That would be smart.
So, I mean, yeah, good issue, but yeah, that's pretty much what happens in this one. Oh yeah, and we are setting up like a new villain team for them. So, all right. So
Wally's mom says, Garth, honey, I don't know how you got to be 30 years old so fast. So wait, is that supposed to be kind of a joke?
I thought, unless I'm just thinking, unless I'm just thinking of something else. Yeah, I mean, she's like, oh, he's so mature, but I thought, unless I just imagined it, but I thought he said something about they age slower or something.
Yeah, who do you think these? Do you think this is supposed to be the Hive at the end?
I thought it was like a almost like an anti-Titans team or something. Because aren't they? I think aren't they the ones that like broke out Toy Boy or like a
Oh yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Exactly. All right. Anything else on this one?
I think that covers it.
All right. So what should we do next? Titans or Nightwing?
Oh yeah, probably Titans since we just
Okay.
did Titans.
Yeah.
Keep it together. Sorry, that was my cat voice.
Which I think we're setting up Beast World here.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You get the little chat with Raven and then Gar at the beginning of the issue. Because I guess Garth's little humans are destroying the world got to him, so
I mean, he's not wrong.
then I guess they stop a mugging in the alley and Raven just teleports the muggers to prison.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I love that when it's like, Commissioner Sawyer, some guys disappeared in the holding cells. More? Seriously? He needs to attach a note.
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, yeah, because it's like, what evidence? They could just be like, oh no, man, she just threw us in here for no reason.
Well, that's why Gar says, follow up do a report with Bloodhaven PD.
Yep.
I mean, but it is pretty funny.
And then at the tower, the rest of them are checking that strange meteor. But then Raven and Gar get back, and it's like Gar's like he wants to do more than just like punch bad guys in the face. He's like, I want to go back to Borneo. I want to lead a reforestation effort, work with agencies there. I want the Titans to replant what was lost. And Dick's like, okay, we'll do it. He says, you're in charge, Gar. Start today. Then Wally's like, who could you possibly ask to help you plant a million trees? He's like, no, not you.
This again?
I know. He's like, really? And they're like, we literally poked your lifeless body. Or yeah, Raven's like, we all poked at your dead body. So he's like, I'm not hiding unless you got some kind of secret weapon, which they do. His wife.
Dun dun dun. Okay, so this story takes place before the Flash #1.
Yeah.
The so
yeah, I'm trying to remember why it would matter.
Because when was the Flash #1? Was that a while ago?
Well, they just rebooted. Like it was like a few weeks ago. Yeah, new flat. They started it over again. So yeah, there's new Flash #1. So.
Oh, okay. So Wally's Flash, or is it?
Yeah, Wally's Flash. Yeah, Wally's Flash again. Yeah.
Wait, wasn't he still Flash in the old Flash? Why'd they reboot? I'm confused.
Modern comics, it seems like they just reboot now if you get like a new creative team half the time. So yeah, it was like a new writer and artist. That's the only reason they rebooted, I think.
Okay, but it's still Wally, and it was Wally before,
it's still right? Wally and his family. Yep.
Okay.
I know.
So Wally. So Wally's not dead in Flash #1.
No.
Right. So maybe that's why they're like, this takes place before Flash #1, because you're not like, oh.
And maybe just because there's weird stuff going on with the Speed Force. But yeah. Oh, this art is weird because it's like Linda doesn't even look like Asian, I swear.
Yeah, I know. The faces are off or something. It feels like everybody looks kind of old.
It's because like even like that cover for when we did Tales of the Titans with Donna, I'm like her face it didn't look like Donna. Yeah. I was like, I don't know if she almost looks like Italian or something. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure either, because like a lot of people really like Nicola Scott, and she's very famous for Nightwing's butt.
Yeah, no, I've seen her art before, and it's great. But yeah, like I said, it's
yeah, I agree. Something's off with the faces. I don't really like anybody's face.
Yeah, I'm like, Linda just looks like another Caucasian woman. I'm like, okay, well, that's weird. Oh yeah, and then she says Wallace is looking after the kids. Oh yes, that's right. We have 2 Wally Wests. That's right.
Yeah, so that must be the Wally who came about in Rebirth.
New 52, yeah.
Or New 52, yes.
Yeah, because they came up with him as a new version during New 52, but then they brought original Wally out in the Speed Force. So it's like, oh yeah, both these cousins named their kid Wallace after some uncle in the family or something. So
So, how old is that Wally? Wallace.
he's younger. He was on he was on a previous Teen Titans team with Damien and
Okay,
stuff.
okay,
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
yeah.
Okay.
He's the one in the
He's
yellow
like,
suit.
so
Yeah,
he's like a teenager.
yeah. He's our Kid Flash at this point. Yeah.
Oh, he's our Kid Flash. Oh, okay, right. Got it. All right, so now we're back in Borneo, and the people are like, "Let's just kill them. We have to move them. It doesn't matter if they're dead." And Beast Boy's like, "What?"
I know, it's glad the Titans are back because bad guys are back.
And then it says it's the Demolition Team. Who are these people?
I know they're this old super villain team from the 80s.
Oh, okay.
I was just looking to see if they appeared anywhere else. I was gonna say I knew they had fought Green Lantern Hal Jordan. So
Okay.
um,
I mean, yeah, I figured it out. I mean, it's not like it really matters that much who it is, but when they said that, I was like, oh, obviously this means something.
oh jeez, yeah, they must have rebooted after Rebirth or whatever because once again they're another D-list more D-listers who were killed during Infinite Crisis. So
It's their big comeback.
but again, I mean, I guess you could hire anyone and be the Demolition Team too.
This is true. And then we have the big reveal of
Yeah.
Tempest shows up because, of course, he can still get in.
Yep. He's talking.
And then that page, oh my god!
Oh yeah. Spoilers, kids.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever that thing he got infected with, yeah, it just infects Linda. So
Nasty.
I think, yeah. Well, I'm assuming it's some kind of alien since we're already dealing with that meteor and stuff. So yeah, but then Dick and Wally come in and but yeah, Dick tells Garth, yeah, he's like, you're welcome anytime. And Wally tells him to be careful because they found something at the church.
Yeah, I bet that's what was in his mouth.
And I love how she's on the cover, but we get one page of Amanda Waller. Again, I think we're setting up Beast World, but
Right, yeah.
I love we get her on the cover. She's on one page in this issue. Because she's not happy that the Titans went back into Borneo. But when Peacemaker,
She's saying, "Oh, let them overreach.
Yep.
Then we'll use this situation.
Let the world see the planet's protection shouldn't be in the hands of a group of 20-somethings."
That's why they're Titans and not Teen Titans.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, you really can't. They really can't still be the Teen Titans with I mean, think of how many Robins we have that are younger than Dick. Yeah, we can't. It can't be
right. And and Wally has kids.
Yes, and a Kid Flash and an Impulse. Yes.
Although, I mean, it seems to me that if the Titans are like, "Oh yeah, we stopped these mercenaries from killing people," why would people be that mad?
Yeah, again, politics. I don't think anyone would care except for maybe governments or something. But But then they pull Cyborg from the middle of the battle. I love these. And I love Donna and Corey are like, we're in the middle of a battle. He's like, a battle. They're a demolition team. They're not exactly heavy hitters. So he boom tubes to Wally and Dick and Linda, and because they're going to keep Wally safe in the Titans trophy room on Mars. But he's like, like Wally said, a locked vault on another planet. But yes, it's Dick and Wally and the infected Linda.
I feel like they must have a plan, don't you think?
You would think, yeah. I mean,
That, like, I know they want us to be like, oh,
and again,
no.
think about it. Dick didn't leave his side this whole issue, so Dick's probably prepared for something. It's Nightwing, remember? And as certain covers have told us, he's better than Batman.
Right, yeah, because I feel like, yeah.
All right. All right, should we get to any thoughts, or should we get to the pirate issue? I'm excited to get the pirate.
I mean, I guess mainly my thought was, oh, they didn't see that coming, but hopefully they do see it coming.
They might see it coming. I'm just waiting for Dick to be like, oh yeah, we've been keeping a scan or something on everybody. Yeah, we know something. Something's infected Linda. Something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's kind of like, oh, do they want us to second guess at times and be like, oh no, they're not going to figure it out and they're going to have trouble? Or do they want us to be like, yeah, get a little stoked, but no, they have a plan? I was like, I feel like it could go either way.
All right, let's talk some pirates. I'm excited.
All righty.
Pirates are.
I got the pirate booty cover.
Yeah, that's the main one.
Yeah.
I think I ordered 2 covers though. The regular one and then the one that was the one, because I think it was this one, right? That had the
with him and like all in the different eras and stuff. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, if I see that, I might have to. I usually don't get 2 of each one, but yeah, if I see that one, I might have to pick it up. Yeah. They need to make a poster of that. All right, Tom Taylor. So far, so good. Even though you're bringing up a sore spot in our history here.
It's funny how Rick looks totally different. Like, I guess it's the hair.
Yeah, it's a shaved head, and
Yeah.
Oh, I still see his scar, even though it's teeny tiny on his head there.
Oh yeah.
But back in the back when he was Rick, him and B were talking, and she's like, "You don't want to know what's in that box?" He's like, "No, it's for Dick Grayson. I'm not Dick Grayson." But then he's like, "I'm not curious." He's like, "But if I was curious, I would want to know how do you know a mystery sailor with large body men in a hidden bag?" So they basically just agree to keep their secrets, which, yeah, that's not going to blow up anyone's face.
Oh, it just did.
But I do like this, where it's just like, Dick thought she was just some normal woman, but, meanwhile, her father was a pirate and has this whole thing going on. I thought my life was too dangerous for her.
Probably not.
And I mean, I don't know. Is Tom Taylor trying to say, because when he says I broke her heart deliberately, I mean, referring to Nightwing 76, was he just like, oh, I had to break her heart so she would leave me because my life's too dangerous? I almost thought it. I mean, isn't it more just like, oh, hey, I remember who I am now, and I remember I love Barbara, so
Well, I don't know. Was it Tom Taylor that wrote that one, or was that somebody else?
No, that was still Dan Jurgens, wasn't it?
Yeah. See, I feel like I think when it was done in that yeah, it was done like I thought that like my life was too dangerous for her, so I didn't want to date her. And I felt like that's very annoying. And they should have now, because I read many things on the internet. If I were going to write that, instead of writing it as like I think my life is too dangerous for her, and so I'm breaking up with her for her own good, I would have done it more. I think my life is too dangerous, and I don't think that I could, and like I'd be too worried about her, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to make the breakup more about you, because it's the same result, but the one way you do it, it's like I'm making decisions for her. But on the other hand, it's like, even if you say, "Hey, B, my life is dangerous. Do you think you can handle it?" And she's like, "Yeah, totally, I can handle it." But if you are always afraid for her, then it's going to be bad for your mental health. So
Yeah. I mean, I think it would have been better if they just would have had her break up with him and be like, you know what, I was in love with Rick. You're not Rick anyway. You're not Rick.
right, yeah, that would also work.
Put it in her hands, be like, no, I'm done. Oh, but we also learned the origin of the name Bloodhaven for the city. Blood, as in Blood's Haven, Captain Blood. But yeah, the crew's not happy because I guess they kind of blame Dick for the old captain's death. So, but then B tells everyone to try to settle down. When she's like, I imagine you're finally curious. You're the leader of some kind of nautical secret society. It explains how you owned a bar at such a young age, how you ran homeless shelters in Bloodhaven, and how you accessed council meetings. But again, and then Tom Taylor trying to explain some things, and also explains your capabilities. You stood up to the Joker, the Court of Owls. You even got hits in on KG Beast. Okay. Two truths. I don't know if I've ever read two truer sentences ever. Rick didn't ask a lot of questions, while Dick Grayson already has the answers.
Yeah, Rick did not ask a lot of questions.
See, he's still pretty, but Rick was just a dumb pretty boy.
I didn't even feel like Rick was that pretty, if I'm going to be honest.
Oh, I mean, the shaved head and the scar down the. Yeah, I think they were trying to make him not pretty.
Well, and he didn't wear pretty clothes. Like, he didn't.
He wore baggy clothes that covered up that ass.
Well, I meant, like, I don't know. He was too like biker bod.
Yeah. Because somehow he was just in his amnesia-like way was like, oh, I want to prove I'm not Dick Grayson.
It was too sleeping in the cab and sleeping in other people's houses to be pretty.
Oh yeah, especially in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. It was too rumpled.
Exactly. But B says he has to make it right because he, they want she wanted Zuko to face justice, but then they let Dick take him and put him in jail. But then Zuko escaped and led Heartless back to the hold and who killed her father. But then she
just walk away again. You're good at that.
I know. Burn. But she says, she was adopted, so she says some of the crew feel her captaincy is illegitimate because she also has a brother. So basically, she wants him to help her with her brother.
Jerk.
Yes. And Dick's like, I'm not gonna. And Dick's like, I'm not gonna kill. And so she's like, basically, all they have to do is basically kidnap him and drop him in, because he's wanted in several nations. So if they just drop him in one of those countries, yeah, he'll go to jail, and then he can't be captain.
Like, you want me to kidnap someone? You have a problem with vigilante justice?
But then she tells him to change clothes, something more subtle. So, and of course, Barbara's already running all the info on the brother. But yeah, he puts on that pirate outfit, and Barbara says he should bring it home, along with a little mustache.
Wait, hold on though. She's like, be a secretly a pirate queen. Yeah, and then a dark twist to a past relationship. You're more like Batman every day.
He's like, I know. He's like, I know.
Yeah.
Right? But I love when he goes up and he's like, what are you wearing? He's like, it's the only thing in the chest that fits you. Like, you didn't see the cupboard? No. It had jeans.
But wait, when Barbara's like, you're really swashing that buckle?
No, for the duration of this mission, you will look like the cover of a romance novel.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, by the cover, she's like, it had regular clothes, shirts with buttons.
And then I don't know what's going on here, because when someone goes overboard, Dick's like frozen. He can't move. Pulse is racing. Heart is pounding. So B has to jump in after the guy.
Yeah, I'm wondering, if something's wrong or if there's some kind of like force field or something.
There's well, we said his heart was pounding, unless it's like something like fear gas or something. Something's up. But yeah, the crew's not too happy. Nightwing didn't jump in. But then, yeah, B wants him to ditch his Nightwing mask because she knows Barbara's watching, and she's like, no one can know, no one else can see our journey or our destination. So I'm assuming she's giving him a domino, like a Robin Domino mask. But yeah, Dick tells Barbara, I have to see this through, and she says, I know we always say be careful, but this time I mean it. And he says, I will be, I promise. I love you.
Aww.
So B throws his Nightwing mask in the ocean. So so they show them sailing to wherever they're going.
Yeah, it does have a point. I don't know if I would have found my way back without her. She kept me afloat, so it does make sense that you would help her.
Pirate reference. She kept me afloat.
The one thing that makes me feel good is I remember reading earlier, what's his face? Oh, Tom Taylor, the writer. Saying that he, in an interview, that he doesn't like love triangles. So that made me feel good and not worried. Because I could see a lot of other writers being like, oh, now I'm going to tell it. But Barbara didn't seem jealous. She was kind of more like joking about.
Yeah. And I don't think like Dick's like still in love with her anymore. I think it's more like, she was important to me at one point. But again, like he even says at the beginning and the end of the story, he's like, I don't even remember a lot of that.
Oh, but I remember her. Right.
Yeah. Wait, what's he saying to me?
A good friend. And he's like, I owe you.
I was shot. I was another person for a while. I don't remember all of it. I lost moments, whole days, but I remember her. Yeah. I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything with those other Nightwings. I don't remember anything till the Court of Owls.
I look forward to seeing what's in the hold as well.
Yes. Oh, and then
It better be something good, and it better not be nothing like Al Capone's vault.
I think there'll be something. Oh, but then we get a Dick and Jason backup story.
Yeah, which was super good. I would say my only complaint is I still feel like, and this is a complaint that is not just exclusive to Nightwing, but I've been said before, is a complaint really that goes at the whole of comics, is it just feels like so little happens every issue.
Oh, the backups. Oh, yeah. I mean, well,
No, not with the backups.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
with the main story, because it's like, honestly, it didn't really tell me much that I didn't already know, because it's not just like Dick Grayson has all the answers with, like, I knew that like, oh, bees popped up at the, like, yeah, obviously she's the leader of the pirates and is leading this ship, and her dad was the quartermaster. Like, I could have figured that out, and I'm not even a detective.
I mean, that's modern comics. They decompress the stories. I mean, we're basically writing for the trade paperback, so it's
right, and that's just kind of the bummer that I read it and I was like, okay, I liked the joke, and you know, swatching that buckle, and it was hilarious, the outfit, the ridiculous outfit he put on, but at the same time I felt like I barely learned anything. Like, I already knew about B. I could easily put it together who her dad was. I mean, the only thing we really learned was
a brother.
that she has this brother Dirk who sucks.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, like I said, that's modern comics, especially DC and Marvel. Yeah, just the decompression of the stories. Yeah.
I was like, I felt like nothing happened. Which is funny because I feel like more didn't happen, but because it's a backup story and it's moving faster, I think it also contrasted with the short backup story. I felt like I gained more in just that short little backup story than in the longer story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so what do you think of the art in the backup story?
I mean, it's all right. It's not bad, but it's almost. I mean, Dick and Jason look way similar in this. I mean, you almost can't tell them apart except for Jason has like that white streak in his hair.
Well, Jason's eyes are green.
Yeah. But I mean, like if you don't see the eye color and you kind of look at their faces, they kind of look similar. Which I mean, again, he could play that up. Where it's like, well, yeah, Bruce had a type where it's like, you don't want people to. Well, I know when Jason became Robin, they were kind of playing it up where like, yeah, we're not going to let people know it's not the original Robin.
I mean, but I won't lie. Another reason that, I mean, this is like kind of my thing, because there was so much homoeroticism in this backup story that I was like, yeah, I'm here for it.
I mean, I know in the first page, I mean, the two of them were saying "I love you." Like, I thought that was like a brotherly thing. Like, "I love you, man."
Oh no, it totally is a brother. I mean, it totally is a brotherly thing. But I mean, did you see what the guys were wearing that came after them?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's like, I feel like they possibly are at a gay bar.
I mean,
you could certainly interpret it that way if you wanted to.
I mean, unless it's just like these guys who attack, unless it's like a gay gang or something, I don't know.
Right. I mean, but that's kind of the thing, is that
there's a lot of bare male chest in this issue between the two.
Right. It's just kind of like hinted.
Yeah.
And that's why. So yeah, no, I mean, yeah, definitely. I felt like when they're saying, I love you too. Like, yeah, of course. I was like, oh, that's great. They're being brotherly, so that was great.
I love when they confront the guys in the alley, and the one guy says, "Tell your emo buddy to take off," and Jason's like, "Emo," and you look, Dick's like snickering in the background.
I know, right? But yeah, I mean, the guys there, the way they're dressed is like the village people.
Oh yeah.
So that's why, and I mean, the bar is the lowdown.
Oh, I think because because when Jason stomped on the one guy, he goes, "Kill 'em, bears." It's like, okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It was This was definitely my jam.
So funny. Jason's like, I'll make him talk. And Dick's like, ouch, easy, dude.
Well, but it's also like the guy says, and the other guy doesn't look like much. Really? Jason doesn't look like much? I'm like, that is incorrect. But yeah, definitely it was so funny when he says you're emo buddy and Jason got all mad.
Dick's just snickering. He's like, oh, I mean. Would have funny if he would have been like, called him emo, and they were like, oh, you think I'm emo? You should see our dad. But yeah, this is part 2 of the 3-part backup. But so I guess they got the information from the Bears because yeah, they leave that note for the guy with the mustache at the end. It's like Dick leaves him a note. I know who you are. I know what you want. Stop now before you get hurt. So I guess they'll reveal that next time.
But I'm also like, do they really know? I mean, did they?
I don't know. Who knows? I mean, again, we don't see what they tell. We don't hear what they tell them. So I'm thinking they might have, just because again, next part's the last part. So,
Or it could just be they're saying that and they can figure it out.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jason's pretty hilarious in this one.
Oh yeah. Oh,
But yeah, I mean, I also like it because these have been really funny. The backup, because remember when the guy, the last one, he was making pancakes with Cass, and then Steph came in, and the guy was like, "How many women is this guy dating?"
So that's what I'm saying. So I was about to say,
like,
yeah,
dude, that's his sisters.
those two were in part 1. Jason was in this part. I wonder if next time if we're going to see like Tim or Damien, maybe even Barbara.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it needs to be Tim and Damien. I mean, I don't know how they'll get them in together. But yeah, I mean, because Barbara's in the main story, so I feel like they don't need to get her in the backup.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, speaking of emo, yeah, I wonder if Damien's going to show.
Right. But I mean, I hope it's Tim.
Or do both.
Right, yeah. It would be good. Yeah, it would be good if it were both, but you know, if I had to pick one, I'd go with Tim. Just because I want to see what they would do, and also because Tim doesn't have his own book right now.
Exactly. Oh, I saw somebody. I forget what book the artist is on, but the artist who was on those first couple issues of that Tim's last book. Remember the art we didn't like it? People were like, I don't know if I'm gonna pick up this book, man. They're like, that art wasn't good on the Tim Drake Robin book.
It wasn't. I feel like that killed it.
Well, yeah, because then they brought in like a better artist, but it was like towards the end after they had already announced it was canceled.
Yeah, they had already announced they were going to cancel it, and then they got this really good artist, and I was like, well, if you had started with this artist.
Yeah, which made no sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they decided. Because honestly, the writing seemed pretty good.
Yeah, no, the writing was fine.
Again, and I was particularly disappointed that they had that artist on there, because that kind of art can work, but not for Tim. Like that was not good for Tim. He looked like Bert from Sesame Street.
like mainstream superhero comics, I don't even know if that works, but you know, like if people read like manga or something, it's something like that. Because I think I think Lilith even had that point where it's like, oh, maybe they were trying to bring in some like manga fans or something, but it
didn't work. But it really upset me because I mean it didn't even go 12 issues. It only went 10, and then they canceled it, and of course now it gives them more fodder to be like, oh well, people don't want bisexual characters or whatever. And it's like, no, people don't want art that's terrible.
Exactly.
So that's a
Yes.
okay. Well, real quick. So in the Halloween one, ghouls just want to have fun. There's a Nightwing and Jason. I mean, it's billed as Nightwing, but Red Hood's in it. Where okay, it's Halloween. Somebody shows up with a bite and is bleeding. And then Dick goes to Bloodhaven Park and he's like, wow, I wasn't expecting to find it, but he finds this like circle thing, you know, something supernatural and nefarious. And he says something about this is familiar. It seems like a case that Jason was investigating. So then he's like, hey, Jason, I stumbled on something and there's some sort of ceremonial relics. It was supernatural. Is that what he was doing in Task Force Z, or did they just make it up?
They might have just made it up. Yeah, no. Task Force Z, the people, they were like doing like he was like leading like zombie villains and say, or there was stuff with that. You know, I think they just made that up.
Okay, I was gonna say because then Jason shows up and he has this gun with darts in it that are like anti-demon darts, anti-vampire darts, anti-werewolf darts. And then it's like, oh, the vampire didn't inject. And he's like, we need to talk. And then it's like, this isn't the first time I've seen this bizarre behavior of monster-like creatures. It's getting worse, too. Dick, we can't just ignore it. We need to figure out who or what's behind this and put a stop to it. Jason says, agreed. Welcome aboard, partner. And then Dick's like, partners, huh? Oh, I knew you liked me. And he's like, no, Dick, I don't. And Dick's like, should I call you boss or governor? No, I know, El Presidente. And Jason says, I'm already regretting this. And then, yeah, some sort of vampire, just another Halloween. And then that's the end. So I'm like, so was that tied in with anything? Or was it just... So that's what I wanted to ask you, but you're saying you don't think Jason's was actively doing anything with...
Nah.
All right. So it was just for funsies. Well, all right then. That's a wrap.
All right. All right. So, all right, kids. So, yes, next time, well, next week, we already pre-recorded it, but you will hear our coverage of a review of the whole DC versus vampires for your Halloween episode. And then in November, come back and yes, we'll get your new another new issue review. And then for the last episode of November, you'll get your Nightwing 56 through 58. We'll get back to that Shrike stuff. So, all right. All right, kids. So, yes, so send us all your thoughts on that stuff, the new stuff, whatever you want to send your thoughts on. Nightwing merchandise. Email us, CapesandLunatics. Hey, any of you companies, if you would like to send us some free Nightwing merchandise and we'll review it.
Yeah, send us that ring, guys.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
We'll give you a very thorough review.
Oh yeah. I was thinking that the superpowers figures, but no, the rings are fine. All right, kids. So send us your thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737 at 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, the Patreon. So please help us with our Patreon. Please help us support all this. So find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right. And now, most importantly, if you haven't gotten any thing to put in trick-or-treaters bags, or if you want something to discuss over the Thanksgiving table, go on Amazon now. And after you order your superpowers figures, let's go great with it. Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder, go pick it up. Again, newcomers, hardcore old school super fans of Dick Grayson, you need this book, Dick Grayson Boy Wonder. Lots of good people in there, and yes, put together by a genius. And once again, you're like, I know. Well, once again, your purchase will support an educator. So not riffraff like the rest of us. That one will support an educator. All right, kids. Thank you for our mateys. Thank you for joining us. All right. So yes. Next week, yes, we'll hear DC vs. Vampires, and then in November, we'll get another new episode review and Nightwing 56 to 58. I want more pirates already. All right, kids. That's a wrap this time. Remember, come back next time. Join us same wing time.
Same wing channel.
As we sail the high seas. Arc.